Coach Shea and his staff for a wonderful season. He's done a wonderful job with that team, and that was a tough game tonight. We knew it was going to be a tough game, and it certainly was. They came out very excited and fired up and did a wonderful job of applying some pressure to us and really forced us to settle down and fight back there in the first quarter and the second quarter. So congratulations to Coach Shea and his staff and that team. Next, I probably just got to compliment our seniors. They've done a wonderful job all year of leading our team through adversity, and we faced that again today, going down a little bit early, very similar to our last game against Princeton, but we did a good job of keeping level heads, fighting back, chipping away in the offensive end, and clamping down on the defensive end, and proud of these guys that are fighting for us day in and day out, especially our senior leaders and our captains. They've done a wonderful job of leading us. And I'm excited about the way that AJ Fiore played in goal. Did a good job of holding it down for us in net, especially after that rough start for our defense. And I think we've got some guys that are a little dinged up. They're playing through injury and doing a wonderful job for us of toughening it out. And I think there was another example today of gritting out a win, showing some toughness and some perseverance, and finding a way to win, which this team has done time in and time out. So. Excited to have another opportunity to play at home for our seniors and have a chance to compete for the Ivy Tournament Championship.
Let's open it for questions. We'll start right here.
AJ, first quarter looked like Princeton Part 2, and instead of letting it compound itself, you bounced back right away. Some huge saves in that second quarter. What was different about this game versus last game?
I think we just tried to settle down a little bit more. Stuff like Max Feely, our senior leaders back at the defensive end kind of comes up to me, take a deep breath, you're going to make saves and whatnot. So I think, after the first quarter ended, we kind of got together as a group, and so look at 4 goals in 1 quarter is just not going to win us this game. So we got to lock it down now. And I can't say enough about our defense. They definitely gave me some shots that I like to see going forward in the game. They definitely came up with some big plays, to help motivate us.
AJ, where was your confidence after that first quarter?
It was tough, but you just got to try and have put it out of your mind, really. Especially it happened in Princeton, but going into the second quarter is a new quarter. It's 0-0 going into that quarter. So you try and just try and improve. And like I said, the defense was phenomenal in front of me, and they gave me the shots that I probably should have seen and should have saved. And with that, we were able to hold the opponent to only 3 goals throughout the next 3 quarters, which was definitely a great job by our defense.
Coach, can you talk about how you accomplished that while dealing with really tough stuff at the face-off X today?
Yeah, again, credit to Yale. Their guys do a wonderful job at the X, both with their own technique and with their wing play. We had to make a few adjustments there, and credit to Coach Richards for working with our face-off guys and preparing our guys pretty well. In regards to AJ, we have all the confidence in the world in him, and as we talked about this week, he's done a great job of bouncing back. When he's had a rough day, he's done a great job of bouncing back. He had a great week of practice. We had confidence in him moving forward, and knew that he was capable of coming back and making some big saves and holding it down for us on the defensive end, and he did just that. I think that showed today. That's a young man who's learning and maturing quickly, and did a great job of just having a short-term memory, putting it out of his mind what happened early on. And as he just said, it was a new quarter, 0-0. We talk about that in between every quarter. Score resets to 0, and we're looking to build from there. So, I think our coaching staff did a great job of managing the game today, making some adjustments in offense with Coach Rukowski, making some adjustments in the face-off X with Coach Richards and Coach Heller, and a lot of credit is due to those guys for our success today.
Coach, you talk about face-offs, and you wonder going forward, a performance like this, you turn them over a lot of times, which certainly helped with the face-off stuff. There might be teams in the future that you're not able to turn over so easily. Where do you go from here?
Well, I think we have some answers at the X. We have some good players that have done some good things for us in Mission Michael and Doug Tesoriero, and I think not enough can be said about Jason Noble and what he does for our team. Marking one of the opponent's top scorers, taking just about every wing of face-offs, taking face-offs themselves at the X. So he's just a tremendous player for us and does a great job and provides us with some options. And I think you got to credit the Yale guys. They did a great job of adjusting to the different guys that we threw out there. And the best thing that worked for us tonight was making it a scrap and trying to knock the ball to the ground after they had won it. That's kind of a last resort for us. So it's nice to have that as an option, but it's certainly not something that we want to go into a game as our number one option.
Coach, what did that do to the pace of the game? Yale seemed to be playing a very fast-paced game in the first quarter, and then you seemed to slow it down. Did the face-off game have something to do with that, or was that just Cornell settling in?
Well, I mean, their possession allowed them to control the ball and slow it down to a certain degree. They played a high pace in transition, and they did a good job inverting our short sticks to a certain degree. But they did a good job of managing the clock early on. Put some pressure on our defense and didn't allow our offense to have the ball a whole lot and get into a rhythm. Part of that is their defense. Part of it is their face-off game. I mean, I think that was. I can't speak for the opponent, but I would imagine that was part of their game plan. Was to possess the ball and keep the ball out of our offense's hands and kind of dictate the tempo. And for us, we were forced to play at a high pace defensively, to go out and challenge them and force them to act and to dodge. And I think we found some success in the second quarter of doing that and started to dictate the pace a little bit more. I think our work off the ground, not just the face-off X, but in between the lines, was big for us to get a couple extra possessions and get our offense the ball to allow them to find some comfort.
Roy, the midfield, Mike had 3 goals tonight, you had 3 goals tonight. What were you guys able to take advantage of in those situations?
Well, we kind of had 2 things going for us. We really wanted to commit to the off-ball game, especially with Rob and all the attention he gets. It's pretty fortunate for the midfielders to, if we just keep moving, he's going to find us. And that's something that we had talked about in practice, worked on, and Mike did a tremendous job. So excited to see the way he came out confidently and dared. I mean, I think his 3 goals were probably the biggest goals in the game, just to keep us in there. Again, we're so proud of him. And then secondly, we just noticed an adjustment that they were sliding adjacently. So we switched up our game plan a little bit. Instead of cutting the crease, I just provided an outlet, and that seemed to work pretty well. So I think Coach Verkowski made a very sharp decision in that regard.
Roy, why can't anyone ever get the ball away from you?
I think it's because I played a little differently than other players. I'm not sure. Just keep your feet moving and then moving on.
California Cradle, California Crab.
Yeah. That's how Pat didn't move. I actually lost it once today, so I'm pretty upset about that.
Rob, you were matched up. They had PJ matched up against you, and I thought he did a pretty good job, at least as good as he could have done in playing position defense on you. And it appeared to me that maybe you took the way you went about it was you were just going to kind of hang back and let people move off ball and pick them apart, which is what you did. Can you take us through what your thought process?
Yeah, they actually slid about as early as any team has all season. So he was guarding me one-on-one, but they sent a slide pretty early, right when I was getting to my dodge. So our game plan was just win the first easy pass, and at times I didn't do that, and just ran around. Probably not to Coach Verkowski's liking, but I knew I wasn't going to get any one-on-one shots off above the cage because they were very quick to slide to him, and so I was just doing the best thing. Today I was going to have to feed the ball and trust my teammates that they were going to make the right plays when I didn't have the ball on my stick. And to their credit, they were able to do that. And, they kept moving off ball. When they double teamed me, so, if there's 2 guys on me, there's going to be a guy open. So we did a great job today at finding that open guy.
Any more questions?
Rob, you've seen so much lacrosse over the years, same as you guys. How good is this Cornell team in taking the ball away defensively compared to, say, other teams that might have been, proficient in that area? How's this team stack up?
Yeah, it's one of the, I think it's great for our offense, but the toughest defense, you're probably going to go against is in practice every day. And, it's just the team defense that they play is just unbelievable. It's a credit to Coach DeLuca and to our guys in the defensive end. They work tirelessly on, outside of practice as well on their footwork, stick skills. And, I don't think I've ever seen a team knock so many passes down. I was getting frustrated in warm-ups today. I was trying to, get my shot on. And probably got 3 or 4 shots knocked down, just for a 3-minute span, and I was like, I just let me get one on cage so, I could just, get a little groove here, and they just kept knocking him down, and I think just our pursuit of the ball, we're relentless off the ground, relentless on the ball, and, we're able to support each other. We do have a double team, guys are in the right places, and, I think that says a lot to our defense. Coach DeLuca and Max Feely really gets everybody on the same page there in the defensive end. You kind of hear him say that AJ, go up to AJ, after that, the first quarter, and say, you're going to pick it up here and, be confident. I think that says a lot to his leadership and how he's progressed over the years into this year. He's really stepped up and is our leader in the defensive end. Kind of Coach DeLuca on the field, and it's credit to him the way the defense has been playing as of late.
AJ, do you sense that had an impact on Yale as the game kind of went on? Was their frustration growing from what you could tell?
Yeah, definitely. When you get into a situation where you're down by a couple goals late in the game, you're kind of expecting shots coming from anywhere. But like Rob said, Max has just done a phenomenal job, and he's really got all the other guys, Mike Ronzino, Jason Noble, Thomas Keith, everyone involved, and definitely communication, which was a big issue of ours kind of earlier on in the season. And since that, we've kind of progressed into communicating with each other better, and I think that's been a definite factor in how we've been sliding and recovering and whatnot. So that's definitely been a factor, and with that, I think that's kind of how we've improved.
Can you take that same approach to Harvard on Sunday with their athleticism that they present?
Oh, definitely. It's just like any other day. As long as we're out there, we're communicating. We're playing with each other. As long as we can do the things that we know we can do, then we'll be okay.
Coach, you mentioned you have a few guys that are banged up. Is this quick transition going to be tough for you guys going to Sunday?
I think everyone's got injuries that they have to deal with, so everyone's roughly in the same situation. I don't think so. We've had quick turnarounds in the past, where we've had a Saturday game followed by a Tuesday game, or a weekend game followed by a midweek game. So our guys are ready for that. I think our regular season schedule and the way that that's set up has prepared us very well for this opportunity here. I know our guys are excited about it.
Ben, what were your impressions of Harvard watching them today? I assume you saw some of that.
Very athletic, very athletic. They like to get up and down. I think they're starting to hit their stride, certainly in the offensive end. Gibbons, Cohen, Vaughn, those guys are incredibly impressive in the offensive end and do a great job of generating shots and putting a lot of pressure on the defense. They do a good job. They got some big, strong athletes in the defensive end, so they match up, pretty impressively. But I think we're excited about having a chance to play against Harvard again. I don't think anyone on our team was excited about the performance that we had the last time. We were happy to win, but I think we weren't very happy with the way that we executed our game plan. And I think we're just happy to have another game at home, regardless of the opponent, and a chance to compete here on Choctaw Field.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.